Welcome back to Sir Daniel's Maths and Science class. We have this maths problem on the board. Let's solve it. Okay, so the question says find tan theta in the diagram below. So you are supposed to find tan theta in this diagram. Okay, so you know that tan theta equals, you know that tan is twa, that is opposite over adjacent. So tan theta is opposite over adjacent. Okay, so let's see from here. So the opposite is where the theta is facing. This line RQ is the opposite, where the theta, the angle theta is facing is the opposite. So that is line RQ is the opposite, and then the line RQ is x, which means tan theta equals x over adjacent. So the adjacent is here. So we know that the longest side of a triangle is the hypotenuse. So automatically here is the adjacent. Okay, so the adjacent is line PQ, which is 16. So over 16. Okay, so we do not know the value of x. Therefore, we cannot solve it unless we find the value of s. Because if we don't find the value of s, it's going to be difficult for us to solve. Okay, so we know that tan theta equals x out of 16. So let's solve for x in this diagram, and then when we get s, we substitute it into this formula and find tan theta. Okay. So let's say solving for x. So we can use Pythagoras theorem to find the value of x in this diagram. So we know that from Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse squared equals opposite squared plus adjacent squared. So let's substitute the information here into this formula. So the hypotenuse is the longest side of a triangle, that is line RP or line PR, which is s plus 8. So let's say hypotenuse is line PR or RP. So line PR is the hypotenuse equals to opposite. So the opposite is where the theta is facing. That is the line RQ. So equal to line RQ squared plus adjacent. So the adjacent is line PQ. So plus line PQ squared. Now let's substitute the values into the formula. So line PR is s plus 8. So you get s plus 8 all squared to be equal to line RQ. Line RQ is x. So s squared plus line PQ, which is 16. So 16 squared. Now let's solve for the value of x. So this is a perfect square. So let's open it and solve it. So we get s plus 8, another one, s plus 8, to be equal to s squared plus 16 squared is 16 times 16, which is 256. So plus 256. Now let's solve it. So let's use those in the first bracket to multiply those in the second bracket. So bringing s out. So s out, multiply the second bracket, s plus 8, and then plus 8 out, multiply the second bracket, s plus 8, to be equal to s squared here plus 256. Okay, let's continue. So s times s gives us s squared plus s times 8, that is 8x, plus 8 times x, that is 8x, plus 8 times 8, which is 64. So 64 to be equal to s squared plus 256. Okay, let's continue. So s squared plus 8 plus 8 give us 16. So we get 16x plus 64 to be equal to s squared plus 256. Let's continue simplifying it. So let's group like terms. Let's bring those contain the s variables this side, and then the ones without the s variables this side. Okay. So let's group it. So we have s squared here, and then this one cross the sign to give us minus s squared, and then plus 16x here. So we are done with the s variables. Let's go to the other side. To be equal to, we have here 256, and then this one cross the sign to give us minus 64. Okay, so s squared minus s squared is like 1 minus 1, which is 0. So plus 16s, so we have 16x here to be equal to, and then 256 minus 64 give us 192. 192. Now I want the value of x, so let's divide both sides by 16. So here over 16, here also over 16. So that this one cancel this, then we get s to be equal to, then 16 goes into 192 12 times. So we get s to be equal to 12. Therefore, the value of s is 12. So let's substitute the value of s into the tan theta and solve it. Therefore, we can say that tan theta is equal to x over 16. But we know that s is 12. So wherever we see x, replace 12 there. So now we have tan theta to be equal to 12 out of 16. Then finally, we get tan theta to be equal to, we know that 4 can divide 12 and divide 16. 4 goes into 12 3 times. So we get 3 here, and then 4 goes into 16 4 times. Okay, so we get 3 out of 4. So if you found this one helpful, like, comment, subscribe for this episode. Thank you.